Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? So here we are, 99,000. You know what's funny? It's not funny. It's kind of funny to me, but at a certain point, I know this might sound weird, okay? Whenever you're new to the markets, it's not funny. But the longer that you're in this stuff, it's only funny because you know what it's like. You've been there before, okay? So when I tell you this, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I think it's hilarious. I really do. That every time we break below 100K, people are like, we're going to zero. The bull market's over. It's like that. Breaking below 100K is like this magical barrier that once we get above it, we're off to new all-time highs, but once we get below it, the bull market's over. And yet all we've done is disrespect the hell out of this area, right? Like 100K doesn't matter. It's a significant number in our heads, and it is not a significant number in the price, right? Oftentimes you find support just below the 100K. Oftentimes you find resistance just above 100K. It's not a significant number at all. So if you're freaking out today because you had some kind of false hope yesterday that, okay, we closed above 100K, it's okay, but now we're below 100K. If that freaks you out, don't freak out, man. Let me calm your qualms here, okay? Looking at the daily RSI first and foremost. If we look at this thing, we look at it overall, right? Lately, since August, since we've had our very immaculate move up, okay? Since we've had that move up, we have only found support above the oversold zone. We've only found support. We haven't gotten into the oversold zone since our low that we had in August, okay? Here we are right now poised to go to the very areas that we found support at time and time again. And even if we go a little bit lower than that, man, we're probably very near our low points, right? We're at this kind of resting area in the RSI, okay? What was I just going to say? There was something on that note. You know, that's okay, whatever. If we take our fibs, if we take a low to a high here and assume that we do probably go down, right? Oh yeah, I think that's what I was going to say. We're going to find support at the 40 is what I'm looking for. Something like that at the 40. Now, if you see a day, if you're looking at it while the day's open and the reading's down here, that's fine, right? As long as the day closes, we're above the 40. I think that would be an ideal situation. Even if it's below the 40, if we're at the 35 or higher, that's what I would look for. But if we look at this from a low to a high here, and we were to go down, the expectation would be to go to the golden ratio, which is at about 96 to just barely like $120 below 95K. So 96, I just wrote somebody on a comment, whoever you are, if you're watching this video, I said it's not going to go below 95K. It might go just below there. You might be right. It might go just below 95K. At the very worst, I think 93K could be a possibility. A lot of cryptos have liked to just bypass their golden ratio, hit the 786 and then bounce from there. That could happen, especially if there's a lot of, let's just say, fear and FUD and people are panicking, right? Getting emotional selling. We could see something like that happen. And if we were to get to the 786 and bounce, I would expect it's like a wick. We'd be down here for just a moment and then we're back above the 618. We'd be at 93K for a moment and then we're back above 96.3K. In that very same day, right? But what I would expect here is one of two things to happen. Either one, we find support here at 98.6K right off the 0.5, an area that we've been finding support on across the crypto board, across the crypto space over the past month, or we do what's probably the expected thing based off this fib and based off the RSI, which would be we could go down to the golden ratio. Bitcoin likes its golden ratio. It likes to go sometimes just below there, 96 to 95, 96.3. You're either just above 96K or just below 95K, but that would be where I would expect you to find support. Again, assuming that you do go lower. Let's look at the shorter term time frames and see if we do go lower, if this is some kind of false move and we're about to move higher. Let's just look at this, okay, and see. 4-hour time frame here. You've got higher lows in your RSI, man. In this 4-hour time frame, you've got 2 hours, 57 minutes left. Let's see how it closes, because that's really what matters. It looks nice right now. Some people might be getting psyched out. They think they know what they're doing. Like, oh, look, it's got bullish divergence. It's going to go up. But then the candle closes red and it's not bullish divergence. By the time it actually does bounce, that's whenever you get a lower low and it's like it's not bullish divergence at all, but that's where you bounce. Bitcoin likes to be tricky. It'll throw you these little bones. It'll look so obvious, and sometimes it plays out, but oftentimes it messes with you, man. It's a very tricky thing. Oh, that's my daughter. Hold on, I gotta go get her real quick. She's crying. Sorry about that, guys. Not sorry about that. Got to do what I got to do, you know. Forget where I left off. I'm assuming it'd be something like this. We're going to do one of two things. Either we're going to find support right here, right now, and everybody who's panicking because we're $300 below 100K, you're going to be proven wrong. Or we're going to do what it looks like we're going to do. We'll probably go lower than this low. And if we do, from a low to a high, that golden ratio is at 96.3 to 94.9K, essentially. Okay, so if we do go lower, we can make sense out of it using that fib. But from a low to a high here, if we were to go lower, you also have your fib extensions, which are at 95.4K, 94.3K. There's areas like that that we could find support at as well. So not the exact same area, like by price, but generally in that same area, right? Still in that 95, just below 95 to just above 96K area. A lot of cryptos this cycle too, I've noticed they have been reaching for their 1272s without actually achieving it. So that could be something to expect. Again, we could find support right above 96K there, but there's multiple fibs agreeing with the idea, the logic that we could go lower. We probably do go lower. In fact, looking at this fib just at face value for what it's worth, anytime you, oh, come on now, I want the white line. I don't want that. Give me, there we go. Get you out of the way. Anytime you go below the 618 like this and you just tear through it, you likely do see your extended zone. But there's one exception to that. If you stop at the 786, if you find support here and you can get back above the 618, likely that's your low. Throughout this whole bull cycle, you guys, not this whole bull cycle, I should say since August of 2024, a lot of cryptos have been doing this where they will, you know, whether it's from a low to a high or it's a high to a low, whatever it is, whenever they tear through their golden ratio, they just tear through it, they don't find resistance there, and they find resistance at the 786, you get a massive dump. Or on the opposite end of that, like what we're doing now, if you tear through the golden ratio and you find support at the 786, you get a massive pump. So I want to end the video, I guess, on that note. Okay, we'll go lower. We will see prices around $95,000 to $96,000, maybe as low as 93K even, right? If we break below on a 4-hour basis, if we can close below 98.677. If, however, on a 4-hour basis, we get back above about $101,000, that confirms this to me. That would confirm it as a low. If we get back above there, especially if we can get above that 382, but technically, I mean, every time I've seen it, when you bounce off the 786 and you get back above the 618, that tends to solidify that you're going to go higher, that is low. If you bounce off the 786 and you find resistance at the 618, that tends to solidify you're going lower. If you don't bounce off the 786 and you break below the 886, that also solidifies that you're going lower. So I hope that you have some parameters to look forward to, right? I do expect that one way or another, whether we're going down immediately, whether we move sideways, whether we pump immediately, whatever, man, this month of February is going to be phenomenal. I actually intended on making this a February analysis video, but it didn't happen, man. I'm going to do some more research tomorrow, and then we'll do that tomorrow. I don't care if it's not on the first day. It can be on the second day, whatever. But generally with my month-to-month analysis videos, we'll go through and we'll analyze every single February that's ever existed in Bitcoin's bull market histories and just compare based off of that, compile some average given data, and see if we can predict what the end-of-month targets would be. To be fair, my September, October, November targets, whenever we did that, they were pinpoint, they were very accurate, very perfect, and my December and January predictions have both been lackluster and have not followed through at all. So hopefully we can turn that around. Hopefully I can stay at a winning kind of rate there. Three correct months, 2 incorrect months. Hopefully we can bring it up to 4 and 2, not a 3 and 3. But you know, however it looks, you know, I'll let you guys know tomorrow. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Look forward to that February analysis video tomorrow. Do not panic. It's not worth panicking. Every person, I want you to know, guys, if you're one of these people, you need to know it more than the people who aren't one of these people. If you're one of the people who thinks the price is going to go below 80K, thinks the price is going to go to 70K or 68K, if you're one of those people, stop it. You got to stop it, man. Like you're not going to get these prices. It's not happening. Okay. If you're one of the people who's hearing people like that and it's freaking you out, don't listen to them. Right. They don't know. Nobody knows the future. I don't know. Right. We could drop. I suppose we could drop, but the United States announced that they're going to have a crypto Bitcoin reserve. We have Bitcoin ETFs out the wazoo. Like where the demand to buy is going to be all the way down here. People are going to get wrecked if it goes anywhere below 90K. It's just anybody telling you the price is going to go below 80K, guys. They're crazy. They're psycho. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.